Good morning. I'm so glad that really can't happen. Welcome to WWDC. It's great to be back in San Jose. This is going to be the best and biggest WWDC ever. And I'm pleased to tell you, the Apple developer community has never been more vibrant. We now have 16 million registered developers in the program around the world. We have attendees this morning from 75 countries across the world. One of our youngest is here this morning. Of course, as you know, each of them stem from the same core technology, but each is uniquely expressed and designed for the best experience for where they work. We keep pushing these platforms forward, giving you, the developers, powerful tools and opportunities. We have 6 important announcements to share with you this morning. tvOS. We recently introduced the TV app on Apple TV, iPhone, and iPad to create the easiest way to discover and enjoy your TV content. We're really thrilled to announce that Amazon is coming to the TV app and all Apple TVs later this year with Amazon Prime Video. And of course, as you know, number 2, let's talk about Apple Watch. Apple Watch has had incredible growth this past year. It's that it's number 1 in customer satisfaction, again, by far. We've got some exciting updates to the watchOS, and to take you through them, I'd like to invite Kevin Lynch up.
So watchOS is moving forward really quickly, and I'm very excited to introduce watchOS 4 today. Now, Apple Watch is great for quickly glancing at information, and many people are using a watch face like this today. And now you need to choose what information shows up here. So for example, weather, calendar, and workouts, or maybe you'd like to look at the date and reminders and sunset. The information that you'd like to see actually varies based on time and your location and your routines. Now it automatically displays the information that's most relevant to you, and you can also access Siri just by tapping on the new complication on the top left. It displays a beautiful symmetrical pattern that slowly changes throughout the day. And you can rotate the crown, and you can get this kind of trippy effect whenever you want. Woody and Jesse and Buzz. They're going to be right at home inside the watch, and they're so much fun. And these are all personalized to you. And as part of this smarter coaching, we're also introducing monthly challenges. And these challenges are designed to help you either beat or repeat something that you accomplished or came close to doing. And we're now enhancing the pool swim workout with auto sets. So just by taking a rest at the edge of the pool, we'll automatically mark each set of swimming that you're doing. We'll provide about 80% of equipment in gyms today. And Apple Watch-enabled equipment will be rolling out starting this fall. And we're redesigning the music app on Watch to make this a really great experience. With the new music app, we're going to automatically sync music for you based on what you love to listen to. That's the new music app. Continuous glucose monitoring directly from Dexcom sensor to your watch. Or Zap Tennis, which connects to a sensor on your racket for real-time swing analysis when you're playing. Or Zensor, which connects your watch to your surfboard so you can actually see the height of the waves you're doing.
Now, let's talk about a product that in many ways is the heart and soul of Apple. And of course, I'm talking about the Mac. And of course, at the heart of the Mac experience is macOS.
On your wrist. Now, people are loving Sierra, and we love it too. So we wanted to spend this year perfecting it. So we enlisted once again our crack marketing team. They were giddy to hop in their minibus and this time venture east, deep into the Sierras, but this time ascending its highest peaks. Really, really good, and it's my privilege to announce for you today, macOS High Sierra. Now, Safari is known for its efficiency and its legendary battery life, but Safari is also incredibly fast than Chrome. Now, in addition to being tremendously fast, Safari also helps give you a serene browsing experience. It shouldn't be playing video and puts you in control. You can always push play. Now, Safari is also key in respecting your privacy as intelligent tracking prevention. Safari uses machine learning to identify trackers, segregate the cross-site scripting data, put it away, so now your privacy, your browsing history is your own. It's not about blocking ads. The web behaves as it always did. And mail is more efficient than ever. It actually uses 35% less disk space for storing your mail. Well, that's now synchronized automatically across all your devices. They're going to offer some amazing new printing services, full framed wall-mounted photos, and even publishing websites, all based on projects right inside of Photos. Now, the Mac file system has its roots, actually, HFS, from 30 years ago in the Apple file system to Mac OS as our new default. It's ultra responsive with modern features like instant file and directory cloning and high performance parallelized metadata operations. Now, what does that really mean in practice? We're done. Next up, video. But of course, the game has moved from HD to 4K and 4K high dynamic range video. And there's a new standard to support this. It's H.265 or HEVC. You know, we're building in software encoder support into High Sierra for all Macs and hardware acceleration of HEVC for the newest Macs. And we're also building it into Pro Tools like Final Cut, Motion, and Compressor. We called it. It's Metal 2. Now, Metal 2 is tremendously fast. In fact, it has great optimizations and new APIs that, when adopted, deliver another 10 times improvement in draw call throughput. Another piece of Metal news today is Metal for external graphics. Now, we're starting with the developer kit that'll be available today. You can actually order a Thunderbolt 3 enclosure with a high-performance AMD GPU and tune your apps for high-performance external graphics. And that's increasingly about VR content creation. And so we're bringing Metal for VR to High Sierra, to the Mac. And we've worked with Unity and Unreal to bring their engines for VR to the Mac on all systems that support Sierra. Now, that's your update on macOS High Sierra, and I'm going to turn it over to our Vice President of Hardware Engineering, John Turnus, to tell you more about the Mac. Thank you.
And let's begin with the iMac. Now, the iMac has been the gold standard of desktops for many years, and as always on the iMac, it starts with the display. Because the 4K and 5K Retina iMac displays, with their high resolution, excellent brightness, and P3 color gamut, so these new displays are now going to be 500 nits. That's 43% brighter than the previous generation. And for the first time, we're going to support 10-bit dithering, which means these displays can reproduce up to 1 billion colors. So we'll start with the CPU, because the whole line is moving to Intel's 7th generation core processor, also known as Kaby Lake. Now, Kaby Lake gets us better base and turbo frequencies for more performance, as well as hardware-based 10-bit HEVC decode, which is great for playing back high-quality video. So the 21.5-inch systems can now be configured with up to 32 gigs of memory, and the 27-inch can go all the way up to 64 gigabytes of memory. And it's also going to be standard on the high-end 21.5-inch config as well. Support Thunderbolt 3. And we think our customers, especially our pro users, are really going to love this, because you can do some cool things, like hook up a high-performance RAID array and an external 5K display. As you heard earlier, we're investing heavily in graphics software technologies like Metal 2. Well, we're also investing in graphics hardware. And so we'll start with the entry-level iMac. Now, this system gets a boost in its integrated GPU by way of Intel's Iris Plus graphics, which now has 64 megabytes of EDRAM. And the big news here is that we're going to be moving to discrete graphics and making it standard on all 4K iMacs. And that's going to come, there you go, and that's going to come in this Radeon Pro Series GPUs with up to 4 gigabytes of VRAM, because this new system is up to 3 times faster than the previous generation for graphics. So So it's going to have these Radeon Pro 500 series GPUs with up to 8 gigabytes of VRAM. It makes it a great platform for VR content creation. For the first time ever, we're going to have a 4K iMac that starts at just $1299. And together, the MacBook and MacBook Pro make up the strongest line of notebooks we've ever had. And we're bringing faster SSDs to our MacBook and faster standard graphics to the 15-inch MacBook Pro. Just like the iMac, we're going to bring more value here as well because we're going to have a new configuration of the 13-inch MacBook Pro that also starts at just $1299. But it's in this seriously badass space gray finish. And with that stunning new color and gorgeous 5K display, this is without a doubt the most beautiful iMac we've ever made. But it generates significantly more airflow than a traditional iMac. In fact, the iMac Pro has a greater than 80% increase in cooling capacity. So the iMac Pro is going to ship with an 8-core Xeon processor. And then we thought, you know, we've gone this far, let's get really nutty. So we're going to offer it with up to 18 cores. So the iMac Pro is going to use AMD's Radeon Vega graphics. This is their brand new workstation class graphics architecture. It features a completely new GPU core and high bandwidth on-package memory. That's 3 times more than the best GPU in a Mac Pro. 22 teraflops of half-precision computation. So we're going to let you configure it with up to 128 gigabytes of ECC memory. That's twice what you can do in a standard 27-inch iMac. Now, the iMac Pro is also going to have a full complement of high-performance I/O, including 4 Thunderbolt 3 ports, and for the first time ever in any Mac, built-in 10 gigabit Ethernet, and a UHS 2 SD card slot. Now, speaking of workstations, we wanted to compare the starting configuration of the iMac Pro to what's on the market. $7,000. And keep in mind, that's a system that doesn't have our best-in-class 5K display, doesn't have the iMac Pro's incredible all-in-one design, and we're going to price it at just $49.99. To be available in December.
So many great things happening with the Mac. Our customers love the latest version, iOS 10. We're going to take the world's best and most advanced mobile operating system and turn it up. And I'd like to invite Craig back to take you through it. Craig.
Hello again. Let's talk about iOS 11. iCloud, when you sign in to another new device, well, all of your conversations are automatically synchronized. So we love using Apple Pay to buy things at retail. In fact, Apple Pay is the #1 contactless payment service on mobile devices. Now, it's super simple because it's integrated right in to messages with Touch ID. And if you receive money with iMessage, it goes into your Apple Pay cash card. And from there, well, you can send it on to friends and family if you're charitable. You can make Apple Pay purchases at retail or on the web. All these iOS devices and Apple Watch too. Thank you.
Sunny, sunny, and sunny.
3 different ways to say sunny. Very powerful. Now, Siri also has a new capability, just translation. So now you can do task management by using Siri to make tasks in OmniFocus or Things, take notes in Evernote, do banking in City Mobile, or even bring up a QR code in WeChat. Now, Siri isn't just a voice assistant, because with Siri Intelligence, Siri not only understands your voice, it understands the context. It's a time to leave notification based on our calendar and where we are, help us respond to a text message. In iOS 11, Siri uses on-device learning to understand more about topics of interest to us. So people love the fantastic cameras in the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus. And in fact, our customers now take 1 trillion photos per year. And of course, you can still share completely compatibly with others. Now, with the iPhone 7 Plus, we love taking these beautiful portrait photos. And now, with iOS 11, We can take low light photographs using optical image stabilization, true tone flash, HDR, delivers incredible image quality. Rather than show it in slides, how about we do a demo? At iOS 11. I'm going to just bring up Control Center as always, and what you'll notice is Control Center is now a single page, packs all the features into a single page. Now, it has sliders available, so you can adjust volume like this, but it provides greater depth because with 3D touch in on a slider like this and get access to more controls. And this to redesign lock screen and notification center by making them one. So now, when I'm on my lock screen, if I unlock the device, just like that, I can actually now swipe back down. I'm actually on my lock screen seeing those notifications, but I can get at all my other notifications just by scrolling up, like that. Siri automatically surfaces for me a recommendation that I might be interested in, news about Iceland. It picks the amount out as what I might want to pay. I can just tap the pay button, send, and authenticate with my fingerprint, and just like that, I've paid with Apple Pay. And that is a quick demo. And when we do, instead of seeing all those notifications, we have this new user interface for you. Kid. And that's speakers. So you can play music to select speakers throughout your home, right from the music app. And with Apple Music, we have a new feature called Share It Up Next. So if you have a friend over and you have a playlist going, and maybe your friend wants to contribute to that playlist, well, they can do that without interrupting the music. You all can pile into that party playlist. Now, to give you the big news with the App Store, I'd like to hand it off to Phil Schiller.
You can read some of your favorite things out there. A big request from developers is called phased releases. And that is, we're going to do something that we've never done before in the 9 years of the App Store. We're going to completely redesign it. A brand new App Store. It is absolutely beautiful. Now, do you remember back the first time you started downloading apps, when you used the App Store, and it was so much fun to go in every single day and discover the new apps that were appearing? I mean, that's an amazing feeling called Today, a whole new way to discover apps. It's a place where we can feature the apps we all love and the stories about the developers who created them.
First thing I see is our top story. The world premiere of Monument Valley 2 is finally here. What have we got here? Oh, here's a how-to guide about Visco. I use this app all the time. If I scroll down, I can watch a whole bunch of game videos. And it's not just previews, but also tips and gameplay videos by editors too.
We're doing it via a set of new APIs. Starts with the Vision API, which provides face tracking, face detection, landmarks, all of these core features we use inside of our apps. And the performance really is incredible. Look at this benchmark, it's called Inception V3. It's a popular photo recognition benchmark. iPhone is 6 times faster than Google Pixel and the Samsung S8. We've had some third parties in to take a look at ARKit, and they are totally excited, and we are just blown away by what they've been able to accomplish.
iOS 11 is absolutely jam-packed with great features, and I can't wait for you to get your hands on the new App Store and ARKit. We've been pushing the boundaries on iPad. We're going to push them further than ever before. And to tell you all about it, I'd like to invite up Jaws.
From professional design and illustration, to fashion, to architecture, to engineering, and so much more. It's going to take everything you love about the 9.7-inch and give you a whole lot more to love. Let's take a look. This is the new iPad Pro. Now, why 10.5-inch? Well, for one, it's a lot larger. It's 20% larger than a 9.7-inch. But we are able to reduce the borders by nearly 40%, which allows us to fit it in this incredibly compact design that still weighs just 1 pound. And they're 50% brighter with 600 nits. And this extra brightness and the P3 wide color gamut means that with iOS 11, you'll be able to display HDR video for the. So what is ProMotion? Well, we were able to take our unique hardware and software capabilities and dramatically improve our display performance. Well, on the new iPad Pro, we've doubled that maximum refresh rate to an incredible 120 hertz. Now, this is something you have to really touch and feel yourself to appreciate because our projection systems just aren't capable of doing those type of refresh rates. But I'll tell you the difference is dramatic. And when you scroll, it's buttery smooth. And what you're looking at. And this is a really big breakthrough for both display quality as well as for power savings. So when you have fast-moving content, they can update quickly. Inside them, they're powered by the A10X Fusion chip. The A10X has a 6-core CPU, 3 high-performance cores, 3 high-efficiency cores, all automatically managed by the Apple Performance Controller. It also has a 12-core GPU. This is a powerhouse. They're delivering an industry-leading graphics performance that's more than 500 times the original iPad from just a few years ago.
And I'll show you what that means. On this C, I'm going to apply a 12 filter. And look, just with my finger, I can kind of push this C around. I can even just like flick a wave right over the side of the ship. It's a totally new way to kind of interact.
The new iPad Pro features the latest camera system from our iPhone 7. That means the same high-performance 12 megapixel sensor with optical image stabilization. And it has the ability to even capture and, of course, edit 4K video on the go. As well with all of its great features, like wide color gamut capture, auto image stabilization, and the entire display can light up to become the world's brightest and largest Retina flash that comes at the beginning of these configurations. Both sizes will now start with 64 gigabytes of memory. $649, and it's just $150 more to move up to the bigger display at $799. 256 and 512 gigabytes, half a terabyte of storage in an iPad. And as always, you can get any of these models with LTE as well. They'll start shipping next week. And of course, because they're shipping now, they're going to ship with iOS 10, but you'll be able to easily update to iOS 11 as a free update this fall.
Now, it starts with the dock. Now, we all know that dock hovering down there at the bottom of the screen. It is more powerful than ever. You can fill it with apps. On the right, there's a predictive area. Figures out what you're going to use next, including your continuity apps. And now you can summon the dock from anywhere, right from the bottom of the screen. So now, if you're in an app, and you swipe up, well, you can pull an app out just like that into slide over. You can drag images, you can drag text, you can drag URLs, you can multi-select and multi-hand drag. It's a drag fest. Now, you can now flick on keys to access punctuation and numbers, all without switching planes. It's super fast and super easy. Files. Search, tags, and it has this beautiful recents view that pulls it all together across all of your sources because it supports not only iCloud, it also supports third-party storage providers like Box, Dropbox, OneDrive, and Google Drive. And they're all right here in your sidebar. Now, if I want to multitask, check this out. Drag it out, it's right there. Now I can slide it off the screen. I can now slide it over here. Both these views are completely live. I can go into split view just like this. So let's go into photos. I have some great photos here of some potential drone protection options for the new campus. So I'm going to start a drag, but watch this. With my other hand, I'm going to tap. I can add to this selection just like that. And I move over to mail and drop. And it's a great way to deal with attachments because I can take this attachment and this mail message, pick it up, and just drop it right into this folder of top secret projects. Now let's dive all the way in and take a closer look at the Files app. And we've integrated markup into mail as well, so you can personalize your mail messages with inline drawings.
We'll just tap the plus button here to bring up the document scanner. And all I need to do is point the camera at the piece of paper, Notes will take the picture automatically, even straighten the page up. We'll open it up full screen here, and now I just fill in the blanks with my pencil. And just like that, I've got a signed copy of the NDA saved away in my notes.
iOS 11 is available to all of you developers today. And if you sign up at beta.apple.com, you can get a beta at the end of the month. And we're making it available as a free upgrade to everyone in the fall. It supports all of these devices.
We're going to be able to do more in more places than ever before. We made a video, and I'd love to run it for you. Thing to talk to you about. Let's turn our attention to music. iPhone has become the best portable music player in the world, and it's even better when it's paired with Apple Music. Now, so we have such a great portable music experience, but what about our homes? Just like we did with portable music, we want to reinvent home music.
Can't think of anything that matters more to so many of us. There certainly are a lot of companies hard at work making products to enjoy music in our home. But these aren't smart speakers. Others have worked to make smart speakers that you can talk to. They don't sound so great when you listen to music. And it has to do a few things really great if it's going to be a great breakthrough speaker. First, it needs to rock the house. It needs to be spatially aware. We have a built-in musicologist, an expert on music, who can help us to hear the music we love or discover music we're going to love. It is absolutely beautiful, and we call it HomePod. Yes. So let's talk about these features. First, rock the house. It's covered in a seamless 3D mesh fabric that has incredible acoustic properties. And it hides within it amazing audio technology. They have precision acoustic horns that drive the audio from within and then out along the bottom with tremendous directional control. There's automatic bass equalization and dynamic software modeling so that as we turn the volume up, it's free from distortion. By an Apple A8 chip. Yes, the same chip that powers the inside of our iPhone is inside HomePod. It's perhaps the biggest brain ever in a speaker. And it does real-time acoustic modeling, audio beamforming, and multi-channel echo cancellation. You don't have to know what any of that is, just know that it sounds incredible. What this spatial awareness, what was that? And it uses that information to adjust the audio, to balance it, and take full advantage of the environment and create a very spacious sound. I'm going to start by playing an audio track, and it'll be a full mix, and then we're going to break it down into some of the components that the HomePod controls. But within it, HomePod detects the center vocals and can use beamforming to direct that. And if you love one, you should see what it's like when you set up two, and they automatically work together to give this incredible spacious sound that really has the power to rock your house. Has incredible speaker system that works together with our Apple Music subscription. From the beginning, it's designed to work with that. Now, it works with an array of 6 microphones around the middle. So as you talk to it and you say those magic words, "Hey Siri," you see a waveform light up on top, and now it can respond to your commands and help serve up the music you want to hear. Simple things, obviously, like play Beats One Radio. We all want to do that. Or play I'm Poppy. Check it out if you don't know what that's about. We've worked hard to pick the first ones that we think matter most in a product like HomePod. So of course, you can play your podcasts, but it can also do things like give you news. So for example, with the HomePod set up, you can say, when do the Red Sox play next? They're going to beat the Yankees, trust me. Tune to NPR instead. Flip a coin. Remind me to bring snacks to a party. Setting up a HomePod and its microphone array in your home, you probably have a question that we've worked really hard to deal with, which is privacy. It has that magic phrase, "Hey Siri." Until you say it, nothing's being sent to Apple. It recognizes when you do say it, and from that point, it sends an anonymous Siri ID in order to help you with the commands you're looking for. Typically, Wi-Fi speakers, if they're good quality, are $300 to $500. And a smart speaker might cost you $100 to $200, $400 to $700. HomePod is going to be priced for $349. December, first in the US, UK, and Australia, and then next year we'll start bringing it around the world.
It is so cool. We really believe it's going to take your home music experience to the next level. Updates to MacBook, MacBook Pro, and iMac, faster and more capable than ever before. iPad is taken to a whole new level with Pro, with an all-new, perfect 10.5-inch size with advanced displays, powerful new features, and we gave you 2 sneak peeks. iMac Pro, an entirely new workstation class of products that we designed specifically for our Pro users. HomePod, a breakthrough home speaker with amazing sound and incredible intelligence. We've got over 100 sessions planned for you this week and over 1,000 Apple engineers here to spend time with you, so take advantage of the time. Well, join us. This is a very special treat, and I encourage everyone to come. Thank you.